Imagine a world where one person's wealth could rival the territory of an entire American state. This isn't fiction. Welcome to the story of the billionaire who set out to do the impossible: buy an entire American state. In this first part, we introduce the central figure, a titan of industry whose ambition went far beyond typical corporate success. He sought not just wealth, but dominion over territory. Pause for a moment and consider the sheer audacity to own not a city or a county, but an entire American state. This dream became an all-consuming obsession. Our central figure was driven by a unique vision, blending financial might with a revolutionary approach to land ownership and resource control. This is where his journey begins. The scale of his acquisition strategy was shocking, involving millions of acres, a land grab unprecedented in modern American history. How did this plan start? It wasn't overnight. It began with an idea, rooted in his revolutionary business philosophy, viewing land as the ultimate untapped resource. The target was a state known for its vast, open spaces and sparse population, making large-scale, quiet acquisition possible, a perfect canvas for his vision. Before the land grab came the fortune. His early wealth was generated in industries that gave him both the capital and the unique leverage needed for this massive undertaking. His motivation wasn't purely financial. It was about creating a self-sustaining, independent territory, free from external influence, a modern utopia, or perhaps a private kingdom. The plan moved from theory to reality with the first strategic acquisitions. These initial purchases were critical to setting the foundation for the eventual empire. In the early years, the strategy was quiet, purchasing small, often undervalued parcels through shell companies and complex legal maneuvers, ensuring minimal public attention. Consolidating hundreds of separate properties presented immense legal and logistical challenges, requiring masterful coordination to connect the disparate holdings into one cohesive unit. Key to his success was navigating complex local political resistance and overcoming specific zoning and regulatory hurdles, often through shrewd negotiation and significant lobbying power. With the foundation set, the billionaire shifted strategy, moving from small, quiet purchases to large-scale acquisitions, targeting entire ranches and critical local industries. The focus was now on acquiring massive holdings, including utilities, resource extraction rights, and transportation networks, establishing true control over the local economy. The local reaction was mixed. While some welcomed the economic investment, others grew alarmed by the sudden, massive accumulation of power by a single outside individual. To maintain dominion, he poured money into building private infrastructure, creating proprietary systems for communication, power, and security across his domain. This concludes the first phase of this extraordinary venture. The quiet land grab is over, and the billionaire's influence now spans millions of acres. He has successfully amassed a territory equivalent in size and economic influence to a small American state, effectively creating a sovereign entity within the United States. But the ultimate goal is still ahead, and so is the massive backlash from Washington, D.C. Join us in part 2 as we reveal the next chapter in this unprecedented story. Welcome back for part 2 of The Billionaire Who Bought an Entire American State. We're diving deeper into the unsettling reality of singular wealth controlling a state's destiny. In part 1, we introduced the anonymous billionaire and the state they effectively acquired through massive land purchases and economic dominance. The scale of their influence is truly unprecedented. Today, we reiterate the central, chilling premise: how one individual's wealth can permeate every facet of a state, from commerce to culture, essentially turning it into a private domain. For part 2, we will uncover the explicit mechanics of this control, focusing on political maneuvering, devastating economic effects, and the shaping of public thought. First, let's expose how the billionaire translated financial power into political and legislative control, fundamentally altering the state's governance. Through dark money groups and direct donations, the billionaire strategically bankrolls the campaigns of key politicians, ensuring only sympathetic figures hold office. This funding buys immediate influence on state policy, often resulting in favorable legislation like massive tax breaks and minimized environmental regulations for the billionaire's companies. We'll look at a specific controversial law, the deregulation of a major industry that directly benefited the billionaire, pushed through despite widespread public opposition. Next, let's analyze the profound economic impact this concentrated wealth has had on the state and the resulting backlash. The billionaires' corporations have systematically taken control of major state industries, creating stifling monopolies that choke out competition and innovation. This economic dominance has led to the displacement of countless local businesses and an extreme concentration of wealth, leaving the average resident struggling. But the people are fighting back. We explore the growing public pushback, organizing local resistance movements, and fierce criticism from activists. Finally, we investigate the subtler, yet equally damaging, control over media and the cultural narrative. The billionaire has systematically acquired local news outlets, ranging from major newspapers to community radio stations, consolidating information control. This media control is used to shape the state's narrative, suppress unflattering reports, and ensure a constant stream of positive coverage for the billionaire's activities. The story of the billionaire and the bought state is a harsh cautionary tale. Now let's consider the long-term consequences. What does it mean for a democracy when a single private interest wields such overwhelming power over legislation, economics, and public discourse? This sets a dangerous precedent. The future of this state, and perhaps many others, rests on finding a way to balance the massive concentration of wealth against the fundamental principles of democracy.